Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we are Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, People's Republic of California.
Yep. Still enjoying this high desert weather for just a couple more days. Man. It's going to be nasty the end of the week, but
really, it's going to get down.
Rain, rain and cold. So colder, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
So
these people
it'll be okay.
Up in the East Coast and
they're
North, they're getting slammed with snow.
So we don't claim to have the same kind of misery that you guys do in the late fall and early winter, but this has been really nice. So anyway, here we go.
Good news for husbands. Lehigh researchers create new method that improves consistency between predicted and observed data. An international team of mathematicians led by Lehigh University statistician Taeho Kim has developed a new method. He's the hero of all husbands. Developed a new method that could greatly enhance predictive modeling in areas such as health, biology, the social sciences, and husbandry, which is the art of and science of being a husband. Would you like to know more?
Okay. This approach aims to generate predictions that align more closely with actual outcomes. You laugh, do you? The researchers call it the Maximum Agreement Linear Predictor, or MALP, which is better than MOPE, right? You're not a MOPE. The method achieves higher consistency by optimizing the concordance correlation coefficient.
Triple C.
Yep. A metric that evaluates how well pairs of data points align along the 45-degree line of a scatter plot.
Leave it to mathematicians, right?
Yeah. Okay. This measure combines both precision, how tightly the data points cluster, and accuracy, and how close they are to the reference line. Traditional techniques, such as the least squares method, I don't have the idea what maybe this stuff is, primarily focus on minimizing average error. While effective in many applications, those methods may fall short when the goal is to maximize agreement rather than simple proximity, says Kim, assistant professor of mathematics.
This is all husband-wife dynamics right here. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Quote, sometimes we don't just want our predictions to be close. We want them to have the highest agreement with the real values, he says. And all wives agree. The issue is how we can define the agreement of two objects in a scientifically meaningful way. One way we can conceptualize this is how close the points are aligned with a 45-degree line on a scatter plot between the predictive value and the actual values. So if the scatter plot of these shows a strong alignment with this 45-degree line, that's the key, 45 degrees, like our elbow, 45, then we could say there is a good level of agreement between these two, end quote.
Sure. When people think of agreement, they often recall Pearson's correlation coefficient.
Of course.
Exactly. A measure introduced early in most statistics courses. Pearson's correlation is useful for assessing the strength and direction of a linear relationship between two variables.
Oh, yeah.
But it does not specifically measure how well the data align with a 45-degree line.
This is something new.
For instance, it can indicate a strong correlation even if the relationship follows a line with a slope of 50 or 75 degrees, Kim notes.
You got to know geometry to do this. I mean, you have to master that.
I quite understand angles, but I mean, and I know, there's really not that much when you're looking at an angle between 45 and 50, but if you stretch that line out miles and miles and miles, you're miles apart.
Right.
So even a couple degree different. So
this correlates directly to how our wives think that we know how to read their minds, predicting the future.
What is that book? Women are from Mars, men are from Venus,
no,
or just the opposite?
Yeah.
Men are from Mars. Okay.
Women are from Venus. Yeah.
Okay.
Quote, in our case, we're specifically interested in alignment with a 45-degree line. For that, we use a different measure, the concordance correlation coefficient, introduced by Lin in 1989. This metric focuses specifically on how well the data align with a 45-degree line. What we've developed is a predictor designed to maximize the concordance correlation between predictive values and actual values.
The team evaluated the MALP, not a mobile analytic laboratory probe from Stargate.
The MALP.
Which I have no
Like
idea
MALP
what
on
that
a
is.
stick?
Yeah, no idea what that is. Using both computer simulations and real-world data, including eye scans and body fat measurements. To demonstrate its effectiveness, the researchers applied MALP to data from an ophthalmology study. Is that right? That's eyes, right?
Eyes,
ophthalmology. Comparing two optical coherence tomography devices, OCT. The older Stratus OCT and the newer Cirrus OCT.
Like cloud, Stratus, Cirrus? Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Because clinics are shifting to the Cirrus system, physicians need a reliable way to convert measurements to ensure consistency over time and across devices. Using high-quality scans from 26 left eyes and 30 right eyes.
What happened to the other 4 right?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
The researchers tested how well MALP could estimate Stratus OCT readings based on Cirrus OCT data, comparing its performance with the least squares approach. MALP produced predictions that more closely match the actual Stratus measurements, while the least squares method performed slightly better at reducing average error, highlighting the trade-off between accuracy and agreement. I don't know.
Statistics, right? This is all about statistics.
Yeah.
The team also tested MALP on a body fat data set containing measurements from 252 adults, including weight, abdomen size, and other body dimensions. Because direct methods of measuring body fat, such as underwater weighing, well, that's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
How much you displace, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, you're so much
buoyant.
What is
it based on?
Yeah, you're so much lighter or buoyant in the water.
Is it based on a skeleton or something? How much a skeleton weighs?
Are accurate but costly. Researchers often rely on estimates for earlier measurements. Using these measurements to predict body fat percentage, MALP was compared with the standard least squares method. The results echo the eye scan study. MALP delivered predictions then more closely matched actual values, while the least squares approach produced slightly smaller average errors, underscoring the balance between agreement and error reduction.
Yes, wives want to promote error reduction in their husbands, so they should keenly listen to this.
Who should?
Wives should.
Okay.
Kim and his colleagues found that MALP often provided predictions that better matched the actual data compared with traditional methods. However, the choice between MALP and conventional methods should depend on the goal and context of individual projects. Okay, that's our only defense against our wives having us read our minds. If minimizing error is most important, the classic methods still perform well. If agreement is key, MALP is the better choice.
The findings could have major implications for improving prediction tools in various fields, from medicine and public health to economics and engineering. For data scientists and researchers working on predictive models, MALP offers a promising new tool, especially when error minimization just isn't about being close, but about being in full agreement with the truth. So exactness, statistics
Your
are
truth
exact,
and my truth. Yep. So if you're still awake in this segment, this is the last part here. Quote, "We need to investigate further," Kim says. "Currently, our setting is within the class of linear predictors. This set is large enough to be practically used in various fields, but it is still restricted mathematically speaking. So we wish to extend this general class so that our goal is to remove the linear part, and so it becomes the maximum agreement predictor." Give me your money is what he's saying.
Yeah. And for all of you that are brave enough to ask your wives to listen to this or study this, more power to you.
It'll throw them off. It'll put them on their heels. That's for sure. Might give you a break.
Good luck with it.
Thanks,
Take care,
folks.
everyone. We'll see you this afternoon.
See you this afternoon.